Welcome classic rock fans, and welcome to a short video where I get to explore some of the things I've been sent on my Amazon wishlist. The Amazon wishlist is quite an interesting way of engaging with you all. It not only is it a list of things that I would like for my collection, I've also put stuff on there that people have requested that I put stuff on there to check out. If there's anything you want me to put on that wish list, do let me know. Anyway, today, well, over the last week I should say, I've been sent this wonderful Steely Dan album. Now, I love Steely Dan. This was sent to me very kindly by Stuart Cowan, or Cohen, I'm not sure you actually say your surname. But it's a fascinating album, it's a great album. I mean, I think all Steely Dan albums are good, really. Even the later ones I rather enjoy. But a lot of this stuff I don't actually have as a physical format anymore. I made the mistake of deciding I needed to clear out and putting everything onto MP3. That was a big mistake. First and biggest mistake was actually getting rid of our vinyl and replacing that with CD all those years ago. But I've never really gone back to that. I just don't have the room or the capacity in my house for vinyl anymore. So anyway, I am restocking a lot of the things that I'm missing, and this is one of those treasured items. Thank you very much, Stuart. This is a fascinating album. It was described by Mike Powell as combining bitter poetic cynicism with freewheeling jazz rock. To be honest with you, I think that's you could almost apply that to a lot of Steely Dan's music. To be honest with you, it's but this album, I think they ran into quite a few legal difficulties as well while they were making it. Anyway, thank you so much for this. Next big shout out goes to Matthew Foster, who's been sending me some stuff here. The first one he sent me is this one, the Wasp album, The Last Command. Now, I used to love these guys back in the day. I'm getting to the point where I'm not really sure what back in the day actually is anymore. It seems so far away, such a distant memory now. But yeah, I used to love Wasp when I was a teenager. And it's got Wild Child on. Wild Child is a great video. It employs all those metal motifs from the the Harley Davidson, the desert scene, and God knows what else. And Nancy Reagan loved this band, didn't she? Bonus track, has got a version of Mississippi Queen. I think Blackie Lawless could do probably a pretty decent Leslie West. Actually, he's got that same sort of gravelly voice. I really like Blackie Lawless's voice. I mean, I had an interesting thing going with their sound, with that rumbling drum sound that seemed to very much define their early records. Don't think the sound's as good as their debut album. The debut album is also on my wish list. I'm gonna stock up on some of these records I used to love, but this is pretty damn good as far as I remember. Wild Child, Blinding Texas was another one that was a single as well. Came with a nice shaped picture disc. But thank you so much for this. Matthew Foster has also sent me the deluxe version of Black Sabbath's Heaven and Hell. It's an album that I absolutely love. I had it on vinyl for many years. And we've looked at the track Neon Nights. It served notice that Black Sabbath, for kind of under new management, in a manner of speaking, they'd replaced Ozzy with this wonderful panoramic voice that was Dio. His voice is full of gothic grandeur and sweeping melodrama. I think it perfectly suits the down-tuned doom of this band. And the title track has an archetypal Sabbath plod and thunder to it. It was clear that there was a commitment here to make a powerful album after the, perhaps you might say, disappointing previous record of Ozzy. And the cover as well, isn't the cover fantastic? And one of the first Sabbath albums I ever owned, I had Paranoid, because I liked the single Paranoid. I think it was on a heavy metal compilation that I had, and I bought that. But I also had Live Evil, which also was a great introduction to these albums. Of course, Dio had just left Rainbow, citing, shall we say, personality clashes with Ritchie Blackmore. Dio goes on to say that Ritchie Blackmore wanted to be a pop star. And to be honest with you, I can't really see Dio's voice working with the incarnation of Rainbow that came afterwards. I just don't think it would have suited. He needed something that had an intensity to it rather than a radio-friendly vibe, if you know what I mean. And with this, the addition of Dio to this band, Sabbath were like reborn, no pun intended. Several tracks that easily rank among the very best. Neon Nights, the dark and moody crawl, that is Children of the Sea, as well as the title track, of course. I shall be enjoying this album this morning. As I said, I really, really love the cover of this album. For more on the cover, check out my I think 20 favourite album covers, to my 20 best album covers, something like that. I will include a card for that in this video. Go and check that one out. And Matthew Foster has also sent me this one, the deluxe edition of Mob Rules, which I had this on vinyl, as well as the Alive Evil record. I don't think this album's as strong as the one that precedes it, but it's got that seismic roar that is the title track on this. It's just incredible, that riff, and then Dio's vocals, the way they come in. But nothing tops, as far as the Dio incarnation of this band, nothing tops, I think, the orgasmic roar that is a sign of the Southern Cross. You get that beautiful acoustic bit at the start with Dio's double track vocals before it really roars, and it's a track that I have to crank up the volume every time I listen to it. It's a wonderful, wonderful track. I do love this album. This album has a special place in my heart. It takes me back to a time when I actually had hair. But this is wonderful. This really is good. I mean, of course, the band split up after this album over arguments over the mix of the record. Tony Iommi accused Dio of sneaking back into the studio at night to lift his vocals up a little bit. He'd sneak into the studios, elf-like, so to speak. Martin Birch produces this album, and as a result has a punchier mix, I think, than Heaven and Hell. Of course, Martin Birch produces Deep Purple. He'd actually, in fact, just come off the back of producing I think it was the Iron Maiden Killers album, to do this one. This has the wonderful live set at the Hammersmith Odeon on it. I'm going to enjoy listening to going through these. Is that Hammersmith Odeon gig unreleased, previously unreleased? I presume so. Anyway, thank you so much, Matthew Foster, for sending me these. It is always much appreciated. It's been lovely to receive these items from the wish list, especially considering the rather torrid time I've been having of late due to issues in my personal life. I want to thank you all. Thank you all for watching, subscribing, and hope you all have a wonderful day. It's going to be a nice one. So stay well, stay healthy, and keep listening.